What if the park directly across the street from your house was the entire reason the area was designed the way it was designed? Well, welcome to another Bellingham and Whatcom County home tour. Before I take you into today's home, I want to take you into this special park. So the Broadway Park neighborhood was starting to get its beginnings around 1906. And it was actually, this area was created, these homes were created as a streetcar neighborhood. So just over this direction is Cornwall Avenue, and the trolley cars would actually take people into downtown Bellingham, which is just down this direction. This entire area used to be a lagoon. This was all wetlands. It's about 6.5 acres. This was all wetlands, and there was a lagoon. Early reports, and people who were still around, and they would swim and fish in there, and even ice skate during the winter times, if you can believe it. But that was filled in, and sometime in the 40s. But when you drive around and you look, and you're wondering, like, if you look at an aerial of this area, you're going to wonder, like, why is it shaped the way it was shaped? Well, that's the reason. Again, this is all wetlands. It's kind of this large oval, and it's sunken. If you can see over here, the park is actually sunken down and in. So that's the background of why that's the case. Welcome to 2817 Broadway. Across the street from Broadway, the historic Broadway Park. And this brand new listing is the epitome of historic Bellingham, but with the modern conveniences and updates. So let's go ahead and head inside of 2817 Broadway. But before we do, let's take a look at this front porch. So we're looking across over at Broadway Park. We're at the east end. We're going to spend some time later down in the main park area as well, as we get ready to head inside into this enclosed porch. Perfect little sitting area to take off your shoes. Enjoy this entry. So here we go. We walk in right into the main room. Again, built in 1924, so I'll point out all the modern day upgrades as well as some of the original uniqueness of the house, which makes these Bellingham homes, well, Bellingham. So the first thing I'll note out is all the wood floors original. They've been refinished. But yet we've got another great upgrade because all the windows are new vinyl windows. So here we are in your front room, big, spacious. You immediately walk in and you see this fireplace, which you're going to see has some really cool accents as a result in other parts of the home. Open entry into what they've got set up currently as your formal dining room. So you're going to see kind of this circular pattern here. Again, turn of the century home. Having lived in a turn of the century home here in Bellingham, I'll tell you, a lot of these were not created with certain amenities and thoughtfulness that we might have today in terms of floor plan and layout and how are things. This circular layout feels enormous for a 1924 home. This leads to outside deck in the backyard, which we'll take a peek at soon. And now we're going to head in here into the kitchen. Kitchen's been upgraded. You've got newer floors here. So again, a little combination of bringing the old with the new. Kitchen's been remodeled again. You've got this little breakfast. Well, here's what's really cool. It has nothing really to do with the home, but with the appliances, I can't say I've seen this before. On your fridge and your dishwasher, they've got this palm tree etching. So again, Bellingham, those of you who know it, or maybe you're just being introduced to Bellingham, we're a bit eclectic and unique, and a lot of infill and a lot of different ideas, and it just all comes together and works. So there's an idea for you when it just comes to appliances. So again, all modern appliances. What's this? Remember I just mentioned the fireplace? This is the old brick, or the back side of the original brick to that fireplace. And they've kept it, although they've, come in with new drywall and everything over much of the rest of the house. That stayed. Beautiful accent. We're going to head down there later. We come through here. This is actually operating again. If you're coming into a turn of the century home, you just got to realize living styles were different. So this is going to be your primary main floor living. So it's a good sized room with access out to the deck that we'll take a peek at later. You can even do some chin-ups there, some pull-ups. But I don't know if you're noticing, we are lacking any type of closet right here in the main room. You do have these built-ins right here. You got 3 drawers and some cabinet space, but you're going to have to bring in an armoire or something like that for your clothing in this room. It's just one of the nuances of, living again, turn of the century home. Updated bathroom, check this out. Beautiful tub, subway tile, the built-in, all the little things that people really kind of sometimes tend not to think about. They've taken what appears to be, and I don't know if they did this on purpose or it appears that this may have been an old window to the exterior. We'll go to the other side. I don't know for certain. Maybe they just made it look like this, but they've recessed the mirror in there, which I think is that's cool. Some of the more original type handles. Your second room here on the main floor. This one does have some built-in closets. So if you don't need 4 rooms, do you make this your primary ensuite, so to speak, for a turn of the century home? Maybe so. But it's also spacious enough to be an office, to be a second, kid's bedroom or whatnot. Right here, we just have a closet. And we're right back here to the front of the house. So let's head back here. We're going to go here through the dining room again. And first, we're going to head upstairs. Again, uniqueness of these types of homes. This is normal. Your stairs are fairly steep, and the width of depth, I guess I should say, of the steps is not huge. But again, just one of the nuances of living in this era of a home. But check how cute and cool this is. So you come in here into this bedroom, first one on the left. The other one mirrors it similarly, but obviously organized more as a kid's bedroom. They've tucked this little bed into the recess, and they've added lighting. Check this out. How cool is that? Like, if I'm a kid, that's awesome. We do have a closet here. Cool lighting. There we go again. So, the brick from the chimney, again, they've left it exposed for a cool little accent. Let's head into this bedroom. Again, we've got some of the original built-ins here as well. So this bedroom is at the back of the property. You got the slant to the roof, so just taking advantage of all the space and converting it to some modern day floor plan ideas. Come in here, this mirrors the first one, although here we've got some built-ins on this side. A little closet, but then the same bed set up as well. Bookcase here at the end. I just think this is fantastic. Addition of the skylight. Just very, very cool. We just have closets here, and then you do have an upstairs bathroom. This has been remodeled as well, as you can see, carrying on the subway tile. Now, I like this. Maybe it's the guy in me taking a shower. I know my house has it as well. Everybody wants the glass, right? But you have to squeegee it every time. The last thing I want to be doing when I get done taking a shower is have to squeegee the shower door. This beats it. So you've got some frosted glass, but you walk right in, and you got your bench seat here, recessed area for your shampoos and soaps and whatnot. And then just cool how it's architecturally built and styled into the roof line. Kind of more of a shiplap type ceiling. So just a really cool vibe here. Really, really like this. So there you go. There is your upper floor. Let's go quickly take a look downstairs before we head outside. You're going to hear the little creaks and squeaks of the home. But again, one thing I will point out, very typical of this era of home. It's been around for over 100 years. And so there's going to be some natural settling, some creeks, some sloping. The house I lived in for 3 years on South Hill, you could literally put a little ball in one corner and it'd roll to the opposite corner. It's just part of it. But in part of your inspection, you just want to make sure, obviously, the foundation is sound and everything's structurally all right. But you will notice some ebbs and flows in flooring. Here we're going to head downstairs, similar in terms of the stairs. Steep. Again, this was not originally designed as a living space at the turn of the century. So, and you're going to see some of that uniqueness here. Behind these doors, I won't open up. You got a brand new furnace. You've also got a brand new hot water tank there. You step down here and you're in your laundry room. This is additional storage behind this door. This door goes to the outside. Now, again, one of the little nuances, this floor was designed as a true basement. It all slopes right now. So you got some flooring here. There is some little bubbling here and there, but it's because you got a drain. This is all concrete underneath. So again, is it picture perfect? It's perfectly flat and level? No. But that's not what it was intended to. They've taken this space and said, you know what can we do to make it even more usable? And I think this is fantastic. They've had basically a second sink down here, some cabinetry. And then you've got this room down here as well. It's not huge. Has access, has some light, but could it be a little media room? Could it be a little workout room? It's nice and cool down here, so I know when I work out, I like to keep it cool. Again, a playroom for kids, a wine cellar, you name it. The space isn't huge, but it is perfect for any of those ideas. So there you go. There's the interior of this beautiful home on Broadway, just across from the east end of the park. And before we go, there's another surprise, so let's head outside. So as we get ready to step outside the slider and head outside to the backyard, take a peek at the surprise out there. Do want to point out, they've listed it as a 4-bedroom. You'll notice that I actually went through 5. So you've got 2 quote-unquote bedrooms on the lower floor and 3 upper. And so you can, some of them are smaller, closets, no closets, all of that. But currently listed as a 4. I did show you 5 bedrooms though. So here we come back. It's somewhat covered here, which again is great in the Pacific Northwest because you come out here and barbecue during the more dreary weather. Today we got a beautiful summer day here in Bellingham. You can see the deck wraps around, some bench seating. We'll come over here and you can see there is the primary suite that we first went into when we first got here. Private, it's got all sorts of mature landscaping, including you got apples, you've got pears, you got berries. So very, very quiet back here. Come down here, great rock pathway. Now, we haven't mentioned these two. This is more of a shop. Unfortunately, I don't have keys right now to get in there. So you got a shop, just very traditional. It could be a workshop. You could probably park in there. Because the one thing that this has that I love is alley access. So you got alley access, you've got your garage door, so you could theoretically have a garage there or a shop. Park here as well. Actually, that may be on their property line. I believe the property line's right here, so I take that back. You are getting this live. This is not AI generated. This is as if I were taking you as my client through this home, including the little figuring things out as we go along. So thanks for joining me. Okay, so final piece. Little storage shed portion here. But here's what's really cool. They have added this custom outdoor studio. Again, all sorts of ideas here. Do you make it into your office, your home office retreat, so that you keep your house, and then you can come work in here, which is obviously, since COVID especially, has become more and more. You're just seeing a reflection of me. You're just going to have to believe me. It is vaulted. It's got paneling along the sides. It's got a great window. It's got some carpet in there as well. All sorts of ideas. Could that be a workout room? Could that be the kids' playroom? I don't know. Maybe that's where the guests come in and you don't want them here in the main house. So all sorts of great ideas there. Conveniently located right off the back porch. Then we head over here again. You can take a look at the mature landscape. Check this out. Yep, I approve of the blueberries. Just beautiful. And again, go at that to we're at the front looking out at Broadway Park. Okay, one little in particular, I don't know 100% for certain, but when we were downstairs, if you noted, I said there was a door that went outside. It was locked at the time. I believe, not 100% certain, but you can see the cutout here. Traditionally, what would have happened before this deck was added, that door would have had a pathway or steps up to this area, since it's a true basement. My guess is that's it right there. There you go. So thank you for joining me on another Bellingham and Whatcom County home tour. My name's Sean Hackney, Next Home Northwest Living. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or would like a private tour of this home or any other home in Bellingham or Whatcom County, please feel free to reach out, text, email, message below. I know sometimes it's kind of awkward to maybe reach out to somebody you just now meeting on YouTube, but it happens. And I would love to chat with you about this home or any other home in Bellingham or Whatcom County. And until then, stay tuned till next week on another Bellingham and Whatcom County home tour. Cheers.